je m'appelle Franck, je suis d'origine anglais et j'habite en France. Et chaque jour, je fais ce trajet. I cross the border here to go from France. Here we are in Switzerland, in the heart of Geneva, the Parc des Bastions, où on se trouve devant ces statues des quatre personnages, Calvin, Farel, Bèze et Knox, tous des immigrés qui sont venus d'ici pour échapper de la persécution, les quatre fondateurs de la Réformation. Maintenant, on est au sous-sol du musée de l'art d'histoire, devant ces quatre pilotis qui soutenaient à l'époque une habitation dans un village lacustre, le village du Plongeon. So we've come back down the hill to the shores of Lake Geneva. It was there, now under the waves, where you'd find the village of Plongeon. It's there where the myth of Acherontia ended. But before we go back to the beginning of the myth, let me take you to my workshop, which is just on the other side of the lake, about 1 kilometre from here. Welcome to my atelier. Let me quickly show you around. Let's start with tekenu.
Archaeology is the search for facts, not truth.
Tekenu is a strange figure that's found depicted on the walls of ancient Egyptian tombs. It's often pictured on a sledge there and there. Here, bizarrely, it's on a sort of coffee table. This is Atropos acherondia, the death's head hawk moth, and here that's a chrysalis of a death's head hawk moth. This is a mould of a chrysalis, and this is a rather tiny sweet one I made out of clay. These are the models for the installation I'm going to make at for the Migrations exhibition at the Musée Ariana. So there'll be 4 like this. They'll be up on a wall like that, and then this one, there'll be one on the ground which is on a sledge like that. I've made 3 full-size ones. This one's in the middle of drying. That's one of the ones that will be on the wall. This one is the one to go on the sledge, and this one's another one for the wall. These are 4 stakes. I think that's about everything, isn't it?
70% of all archaeology is done in the library. Research, reading. You cannot afford to take mythology at face value.
The moth, Acherontia, lives off honey, which she steals from hives, entering without danger by lulling the bees to sleep with a soporific scent of nightshade, honey, and beeswax. 3,000 years ago, Acherontia slept by day in the tomb of a pharaoh, sharing the crypt with an enigmatic figure, tekenu, whose role was to guide the dead towards eternity. It was spring. Along the banks of the Nile, the heat was beginning to rise, the waters retreat, the flowers wilt, and the bees die. At sunrise, Acherontia returns famished to the tomb. Seeing the emaciated moth, tekenu advises her to emigrate to the place beyond. Acherontia sets off, following the Nile north, towards the pastoral paradises of Europe. But as she passes over Giza, the sun's reflection on the Sphinx below brands her wings with an image so that Acherontii may never forget their origins. Over the Mediterranean, the Sirocco wind drives her eastward, and Acherontia finally finds land at the mouth of the Rhône, where she traces the river upstream. At the point where the river emerges from Lac Léman, she comes to rest at Plongeon, a village built on stilts over the water. On the shore, surrounded by meadow flowers, the villagers keep hives. Acherontia feasts on the honey, becoming fat, healthy, and founding a community with other Acherontii that had made the same journey. In the summer, they lay their eggs on the lush leaves, and the caterpillars thrive. With the cool of autumn, the caterpillars burrow underground as their skins turn to hide. But the winters of Lac Léman are not like those of the Nile. Above ground, Acherontia perishes from cold, and the following spring, the next generation of Acherontii never emerge from their winter metamorphosis in the frozen earth.